Okay, so now I don't have to yell as much. Bill Mims is not available this evening, and so therefore it fell to me to kind of run the meeting. Scott, over to you, if you would. Tell us a little bit about the special event station, and you probably have to stay away from that speaker.
Oh, sure. Okay, let's see, I don't have a little clip, do we? No, that's
No,
right. Oh, we can fix that. Then again, maybe not. Okay, we'll just hold it. How's everyone doing tonight? How many years has VWS been around? You're all now ambassadors to go out there. I was volunteered, you know how it goes, to help out with the picnic this year. And then I was told that not only when doing the picnic, we're going to do a special event station too, but always happy to help out. Coming up in October, we are going to be running W4V special event station. And we were going to be running this from October 6th, which is a Saturday, through Sunday, October 14th. And during that time, we're going to have a picnic. We're going to have some events. Hopefully, we're going to allow everybody here to operate, whether they operate from their home or at a host home or anywhere else. And all we're going to ask you, is we'll get into a little more of the details here, is that you submit an electronic log back to us. And so you all can go any mode, any band, any way you want to. Ron's over there going, he's going to take advantage of this. So let's start off. The paper you have already has 4 mistakes on it. So we will update this as we go along, and this will live out on the website. The schedule is Saturday, October 6th at 12 or 1 a.m. we can start using our special events station call. During that Saturday, we are going to have our usual volunteer picnic over in Glendon Park. It is in the upper pavilion. Mike has volunteered to go super early to make sure we get it. Unfortunately, the lower pavilion, which is the one you can sign up for, had already been signed up for it later on in the afternoon. So we thought it'd be best to go up at the top. And we'll have our usual picnic from, say, 11 to 3. We are going to have a couple of event stations set up there, and also we're inviting everyone to bring their QRP rigs and power, and you can operate there too. Usual picnic fare, changing it up a little bit this year, that we'll have fried chicken, brats and sauerkraut, German potato salad, veggie pasta salad, a bunch of other salads and desserts and all too. And I've put on here, if you have any special dietary needs, give me a call or send an email out and we'll take care of you, as we always do. Also during that time, if you want to bring a QRP rig and operate, you can. We're hoping this special event is really to have fun. We're really just going to try to have everybody do as many contacts as they want to. You don't have to do any if you don't want to. We really left it open that we have members out in other states and even, I guess, in other countries. They want to run it, they can, as long as they're a member. And all we ask is those electronic files are going to come back to us in the time after the special event's finished, so we can consolidate them and send them out. We are going to ask, we have a QSL card, we'll go over that, but we're going to ask everyone to send a self-addressed stamped envelope. Of course, members here, if we know you're a member and you're in the log, we will come to a meeting and hand it to you, so we all know our members are a little on the frugal side and don't want to waste that 43 cents or whatever it is for the stamp. In any event, Sunday, October 7th, that's Saturday. People can also operate from home. On Sunday, October 7th, this is one of the updates here. Pete Hadley has volunteered to host his house, kind of a time where people can come and work on his equipment and have some social time. If others want to volunteer to have people at their house, they can throughout the week. On Monday night, I do need a volunteer. Through the repeater, we're hoping that someone will be W4V and make actually contacts during all our nets as we go through the week. Yes, is it fair to do it through the computer, through the repeater? Well, we're going to say yes. We are going to plan maybe another night that we tell some of the clubs in the area they want to make a contact through our computer, through our repeater, they're going to be able to. Let's see, on Tuesday, there's a digital net. Hopefully we'll have a volunteer be W4V on the digital net and make contacts. Same with Wednesday. Thursday, I'll go on. These are two of the mistakes here. Tuesday is a digital net, not a 2-meter net. Thursday is the 10-meter net, and we'll have somebody there to make the contacts as well. On Friday, we're going to have a really neat thing. We're going to set up down at the Vienna train station. I'm going to have to get some more details out on that, on timing and what exactly it is. But I believe the mayor has a walk that day, and we're going to try to get the mayor to walk through, say hello to us. We'll have kind of a go-to station or a table set up there and have some things that are out there. And then Saturday and Sunday are out there if people want to volunteer and host. Let's see, I talked a little bit about the picnic there. Harry, K3NF, is going to have his truck there set up in one of the parking lots. Hopefully people will go down and volunteer to be on his rig so he can come up and eat and not have to be there the whole time. I think we'll try to have someone bring a generator, though, if we want to have some power there, but I'm not sure how much we're going to need. So let's see. Talked about the special event there, all modes, all bands. And what's going to be neat, which I'm going to put together, is we're going to have some prizes this year. And I'm going to have a couple of awards for anybody who operates, and we'll, as you submit the logs, we'll have who operated, even if it was a host operating with multiple people. Everybody's going to get a nice certificate that you can nicely hang on your wall or wrap fish in, whatever you want to do with it. We're also going to have a few special awards, like most contacts, maybe by mode and by band. Most modes work, who's going to have the most different types of modes work. The oldest transmitter, Stussy's not here tonight, but we won't tell him about that. But well, the oldest transmitter, the newest transmitter, and if you homemade a transmitter. The lowest and highest power used, longest winded contact. Where's Ray? He probably wouldn't that one. Oh, sorry. And maybe take some selfies as you're operating. Who's going to have the best selfie and looks the best? Who has the best looking station? Those type of things. We've made a special event QSL card. You can kind of see a little bit of miniature here. It's still in draft form, so we're still working on the wording and a few other things. But anybody who contacts us and sends us a self-addressed stamped envelope will get that award. Now once we consolidate all the logs, we will also load them up into the logbook of the world and also on QRZ. We may do some other places too, but those are the two ones we're really looking at. And let's see, exchange is simply receiving, usually it's 5959. We'll have a page up on QRZ if people want to learn where to send the envelope to, which is going to be our PO box, and a little bit about the club. And let's see, there's some information here on how you do your ADIF files. If you don't know, you can ask Mike. I'll also beef up on it a little bit to know how you can do it. There's lots of programs out there to be able to put this. And I think you can even Logbook of the World. You can actually go on the website and log. Well, we can't do it that way. Well, there are ways you can go on the web and just log things too and produce a file. And we're working on, hopefully the town of Vienna is going to recognize us with a proclamation. So we're really looking forward to that. So at this point, I'm kind of open up questions, comments, ideas. Volunteers? Hopefully everybody will volunteer.
I'll volunteer.
Great. What are you volunteering for?
Come down and work anytime I can.
Good. What do you think? Good idea to let everybody try this out? Okay.
What happens if two people are in the same band at the same time?
We get twice as many contacts. Just try not to work each other. But yet, keep look. You can use spotting networks too, and spot that we're a special event station out there. That usually gets us. The idea is have fun with this, and I don't expect huge pileups, but you never know. Yeah. Oh, we're going to have special Ron's there. People do. People like special events. I think we were in QST this month, and we've been a couple of other places we've been promoting this. Other people, questions, volunteers. Picnic always needs some volunteers because we're always schlepping stuff from one parking lot to the pavilion and back. So we'll have some hot food there, by the way. It's the usual picnic fare. Gosh, I only used 20 of my 30 minutes. Any questions? Good? Good idea? Yes? Okay. Well, good. Well, we look forward. We're going to have, this will go out on the web. I will send out some email messages to the whole club. Probably one message about the picnic and QRP to the field, and then one message about, or a couple messages about the special event station and the different events we'll have during that week. Yes, please.
Are you gonna maintain any kind of list of people operating from their home station?
So it'd be great, yes and no. I think that it'd be great if people send me when we can post some things, but I don't want that to prevent anybody from, if they got a few minutes and want to get up and do some contacts. But it's great if people say, hey, I'm going to be on 20 meters from these 2 hours, and I think we can probably put something on the website about that. It's a great idea.
Use the general reflector.
Yeah, use a general reflector on that. Yes?
So I know, I just got my radio like 2 weeks ago.
All right.
Thank you. One of the special event stations I've seen in the time that I've had it was out at the Indianapolis Speedway, and they were kind enough to have a schedule that they published, and they basically, if you're sitting on a pile up and couldn't get through, they had a Google Doc that you could go to that had a schedule for where, when, and on what frequencies people were going to be.
I can do that. I can put something together then and see if we can put it out there with a link maybe on the QRZ page. Sure. And I think we have this also that either somebody can host, and if you're just a new technician, we'll have also some simplex on 2 meters, and you could also come and use your handheld and log into the special event station at the picnic and the 2 meter net on Monday night, and we'll probably do another night on the repeater as well, so that even with a handheld, you'll be able to make contacts and get a QSL card.
That's part of the special event on different days?
Yes. And we'll add some other events to this. This is our first good list of things to do, but we try to do a broad sort of things.
So if I want to volunteer, what do I do?
If you want to volunteer, give me a shout. My email's on here, and I'll start putting a schedule on. And if there's a certain event, if you want to host, you want to have some people over, that's great to get to me earlier so we can publish that out and maybe put an address out there as well. Or if you don't want your address out there, just say contact this person, and we'll tell you when.
Yeah, in fact, if we can get volunteers to host folks coming to their house, I have an email exchange that I do with our newer club members that I'll put that out to the newer club members and say, here are the host shacks that are willing on this day or this day, whatever you guys generate. And then I'll put that out to all the new guys. I say new guys, but it doesn't have to be restricted to the new guys, with the idea being that they'll get an opportunity to work the other side of a pile-up. Because how many of you work field day from a pile-up point of view, and you are one of 50 trying to get through? Think about the poor schluck who's got 50 people yelling at him. Okay? It gets frustrating.
Does. Okay. Done a little bit early, I think.
That's okay.
I'll be around all, yes.
I don't know the answer to this question. Can we operate a special event on digital mobile radio DMR? In other words, on the North America or worldwide or U.S. areas?
I don't see why not.
Sure. Can we? Yeah.
And I don't think you can run a special event on 12 and 17 too. It's not a contest, which is what they usually restrict that. So all modes, all bands, I think.
Interesting.
Heck, I'll even take contacts, eyeball contacts, you know? I've done QSL cards with eyeball contacts too. Yes, sir.
Well, I'll be, if you're gonna be setting up, in public spaces on the weekends, I'll be more than happily, technicians hop in my rig and run it for an hour or two. So I'll set that up and, be willing to let them jump in there.
That's great. Well, let's get together and figure out a place and a time.
Let me know where you're gonna be at, and, I'll jot it down here and make sure I got the time set aside.
Now, I'm pretty flexible to help out that week, except on the 13th itself. So yeah, so ideas, have fun. So we'll have more. I'll try to get this updated a week from now, and then by the next meeting, we should have a little bit more in concrete and hopefully a schedule started too.
But John, to go back on your question, so the two public events will be the picnic on the 6th, where we'll set up a base station in the parking lot at Glendon Park. I gotta go this way. We'll set up a base station at the parking lot at Glendon Park. We won't get a lot of walkthroughs other than park people. And then, of course, the QRP rigs up at the upper pavilion, which we've done before. The second big public event is that Friday the 12th, which will be essentially an all-day event. We've got to set up fairly early so that we catch the mayor as she's walking through her town walk. We've got her scheduled to stop by the train station. It's in the train station, not the caboose. We'll probably do a vertical antenna that appears to have less interference with the power lines there. There is noise there, there's no question. But we certainly were able to make some QSOs on both 20 and 40 meters in the middle of the day, even with the noise, with a vertical polarized antenna.
What's fairly early?
Oh, we don't know yet. We've got to check with the mayor. No earlier than 8 o'clock. But that's a Friday, okay? And so Friday, we're going to be there when the mayor's walking through, and we're not going to tear down. There's a lot of foot traffic on the trail that we're trying to catch. And so that's the idea of doing that. We'll be able to work from within the train station. We've got approval of using the inside of the train station with electricity and air conditioning or heating if we need it. So those are the two, if you will, big events. Then as Pete's going to host something at his house, some other people will host some things at their house. Those will be small group activities.
But if you have another idea for a public event, please let us know, and we'll try to put something together. Or if you know something else is going on.
Can I correct him? If you have an idea for another public event, we will help you organize it.
There we go. That's what I meant to say. All right.
Okay.
Good. Well, thanks for your attention tonight, and looking forward to having a lot of fun.
So Bill, when he said, hey, I need your help, will you do this? He left me no talking points or notes of activities or things we should do. He did not leave me any of his jokes. If he had left me any of his jokes, I would have torn them up. But so be that as it may, no jokes from Bill tonight, and he's out celebrating his wife's birthday. And we'll put that in the minutes. But talking about minutes, I do need to have a motion with regards to approving the minutes from the last general meeting. And if I hear a motion, and I do from Don, might I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussions about the minutes? You know, I don't want to embarrass people, but other than I who write them and my wife who proofreads them, I wonder sometimes if they actually get read. But I'll tell you what they're useful for. I'm doing an archive project, and I'm actually picking up all the minutes from 1963 on and scanning them into a single searchable PDF file. Well, not a single file, but into PDF searchable files. It is very interesting to read the minutes from time past. So who's going to read these minutes? Probably not you guys, but guys into the future who are wondering what would happen 50 years ago. And so I think it's important to put minutes out there. They're out on the website, as also are the Board of Directors meetings. So you can read those Board of Directors meetings. And oh, by the way, the Board of Directors meetings are open. That if you want to join a Board of Directors meeting on the first Tuesday of a month, it's all done electronically through something called TeamSpeak. So you have to put the application on your computer. But the instructions are there to do that on the website. So I don't have any notes from Bill of what he wanted covered. Harry, might you have something from membership?
I do. Are there any visitors here who would like to join tonight? I have application forms if you would like to fill one out. Or you can do it online, and I have the address and so forth for you. Remember, I announced at our last meeting that the website, our Vienna Wireless website, is open for your 2019 dues. So you can pay them now, and it's a bargain at $25 for 1
And we do have a number of folks who have, who, if you will, pay their dues on their anniversary month as opposed to January, February. And if we do this right, when January, February comes and we start pestering you for dues, we'll be smart enough to drop the people from the list who in fact and indeed already paid. That's an improvement from last year.
We haven't introduced ourselves this evening.
Yeah, I got to do that too, don't I? Okay.
Well, that way you'll get the new members, I mean, the business.
Yeah, I thought about that when he said, "Are there anybody here?" So maybe we should stop what we're doing in the committee reports. Okay, and we're going to change the recording thingy here. And while we do that, as you know, we do a live stream of this, and that was set up tonight on the website such that if you really couldn't make the meeting because of the weather turned out okay. And this is a great turnout and a great topic that we're going to be talking about. You ready? Good. Okay, let's do an introduction. I'll start and then we'll work our way around. There's a sign-in roster. If you've not signed the sign-in roster, please do so. I don't know where it is in the room. It's way in the back. Bring it back up towards the front because I know some people stood in. If you're a guest, there's a place on the third page to sign in. So guests, and please sign in. So I'm Mike Hyman, EWA8AHZ, and I'm the club secretary. Jasek?
K6 BFA.
Chief, no call.
Don, KV4PH. Now back there.
Everybody? Okay, Chief, yeah. Glenn, AK42J. Frank, W3WAG.
Rebecca, KM4RDX. Steve, Bob, W4RX.
John, KM4, KMU.
John, Kilo November 4, Victor, Victor.
Kevin, N4KL. Joe, KN4J, Victor, Victor.
Ross, KM4HZF.
Tim, K4CTC.
Ron, KM4 LTI.
Luis, KM4 AEP.
Harry, K3NF.
Dennis, W4ZOR.
Eric, KM4JOA.
John, K1NNE.
Scott, KD4 EDL.
John, K3 Uniform Sierra.
Paul, KK4RAW.
Terry, KD4 Scott, KJ4ZEQ.
Lee, KD4RE. Mark, KN4IJZ.
Rick, Dylan Clueless, AMJ4E.
Andrew, K3NHT.
Well, great. Now we're going to cycle back through this list, and the people from the back of the row, I want you to start naming the names of the folks in the front row. Actually, I know there's some visitors, so please, let's just kind of walk through the visitors, ask them to stand up, and maybe one sentence about who you are. Ha, ha, ha.
Hi, my name is Betsy. I'm a student. I just graduated from college, but I'll be starting my master's soon. Ron's guest tonight. I don't know if I can say anything.
Well, welcome, Betsy. Thank you. And she is licensed. Let's see, who else do we have as a guest?
Frank, W3WAG. Been a ham, obviously, for a long time with that call. Just moved to Virginia, I will. And I hope to be active in this club. All right.
Good to have you. Please do sign the roster. Any other, yes, sir.
Kent Fossard, friend of Leon Bruder.
Welcome, Ken. And any others? Okay, so let's pick up on committee reports. So membership dues are not due at this moment in time, but the 2019 membership year is open for those who wish to pay. If you pay now, it's $25. If you pay after November, they may be $25 or it may be something else, because at the November business meeting, you, the membership, may decide to raise the dues. Probably not. But there we go. Let's see. Thor's not here tonight. He dropped a note that he's got some crush of end-of-year proposals to write. Welcome to federal government contracting. And so he skipped tonight. There is a meeting on the 28th of this month. I do not know the topic, but the location of the meeting will be at Thoreau Middle School as opposed to here, and that'll be on the website. And talking about the website, if you don't know this, we take great pains to get the website up to date for the meeting the Friday before the meeting. So there's a whole week that the website is advertising the next meeting, including the topic. And Thor didn't mention to me what the topic was. Leon, do you have an idea for the TNT topic that you might have? Still working on it. Okay, so hopefully by next Friday, we'll know so that we can post it on the 28th. We'll probably do a redo of the special event station, just kind of a refresh. We'll take these minutes or these notes and get them up on the website under the events menu item, which is not there right now. Let's see, so membership, then we do programs, then we should do the budget. Terry's not here. Probably the only thing in the business of the club business at the last board meeting was with regards to our CDs, our certificates of deposit. They roll over this month, and we're going to create a new scheme with regards to what we do with that money. Historically, we've locked it up for a period of time in a CD, the whole quantity. But what we're going to do now is we're going to break it up into pieces, have one mature in 1 year, one mature in 2 years. So it's a ladder type thing over, say, a 5-year period. So every year coming up, there's going to be a renewal of a certificate, which allows us to take a portion of the money out and apply it to, say, a capital expense, or re-roll it, should we wish to do that. And we're not locking things up if interest rates go up. Right now, 5-year CDs at most lending institutions are close to 3%. And so hopefully we'll get a little bit more interest on the longer-term CDs. So that's Treasury. Let's see, anything else? Brendan's not here from a public services activity. I know he had a tremendous turnout for the American Diabetes race. Joe, I know you went. Did you have a hoot of a time?
It was fun. It was freezing cold and wet. There were a lot of bikers. I was in the segment where there was a bike path. We were past the walking park, so we just had bikers. And he parked me right across the path from a really good barbecue place.
That smelled good, but you couldn't eat. Got it. Okay, so I think that's any other, way in the back of the room there.
Most of you guys know where this is. Still looking for volunteers for Marine Corps Marathon. We're July 4th. You have to sign up by the end of the month. And the earlier you sign up, the better assignment you get. So there's a lot of incentive there. You only need an HT with extra batteries. That's all that's required. And we hope to see you out there and get you out, because we're really short this year.
So Marine Corps Marathon, the 28th of October. Sign up by the end of this month, September. You sign up 2 ways. You have to sign up on the Marine Corps Marathon website as a volunteer. Then you have to sign up a second time under the Marine Corps Marathon, MCM, HAM, H-A-M, .org probably. So you have actually 2 signups, but that's laid out there. You can kind of do them in either order, but they need to know you're a volunteer. And when you say you're a volunteer, you want to be a ham radio operator volunteer as opposed to a medic or something else. And then on the MCM ham one, that's where you begin to get your assignments laid out, and they'll tell you the requirements. The 2-meter HT with an extra battery, although frankly, I've never used my second battery. But maybe I'll have a time to do it, so I'll have it with me. John. And John wants to talk to Carrie. Okay, let's see. Any other announcements while we're here? John.
Kirk brought our food today.
Kurt, say thanks to Kurt for bringing all the food.
Just one comment, we already have 44 people here, which is a lot. And usually we don't buy, for once in a while we'll have 50 or so. So just go easy, don't take any seconds till everybody's had a chance to
Good.
eat the chocolate.
Congratulations, because testimony of the meeting we're having. Leon?
Yeah, nominations for the board are open, and if you have any nominations, send them to me so we can advance the election when it's coming up.
So let me translate that a little bit. So the club is managed by a board of five board members, and then the appointed officers. So the membership at large at its November meeting will vote for the board members who come up due. This year, 3 are coming up due. One is none of them are term limited at this moment in time, but anybody can volunteer to be a board member, and there will be an election. And if you would wish to volunteer to be a board member, the responsibility is attend the board meetings, which are done electronically once a month on Tuesdays, the first Tuesdays of the month, for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Deliberate on the topics, and you have the voting rights for the membership with regards to the topics. Like, for example, at our last board meeting, as was depicted in the minutes, was this discussion about the CD is coming due, what do we do with it? Do we just roll it over like we've had it before? Do we go on a spending binge, or do we create a ladder program? And we decided to the board decided to create a ladder program. So nominations are open, email to Leon, or see him.
We have one nomination so far.
Okay. Oh, so the sitting board members have to nominate themselves, or? Uncharted territory here. Well, good. I'm glad we're having nominations. I mean, that's what this is about. They drive this decision-making in the club. If you don't like what they do, you need to be attending the board meetings, and I'll create some insurrection here.
To answer your question, if their terms are up, then yes, they need to.
And then if their term's up, obviously, they have to nominate themselves for the, yes.
Or somebody should nominate them.
Okay, so I don't have anything else. As a secretary, I don't have any actions other than if you don't like my minutes, wait until next week.
I'm collecting some dues in cash over here. We need change from a $100 bill.
Oh.
20s at work, and we also need change for a 20, some 5s and a 10, 2 10s, and we'll get change for 10. So if anybody can, we need these wealthy gentlemen over here to get us paid.
Great.
Yeah, all you really need is $75.
Or you could pay several years in advance, which you can do. Okay, with that in mind, the break is on until about 8 o'clock, and we'll reconvene at 8 o'clock. Enjoy and have a conversation. Please meet our new members. New members, you need to know and remember everybody you met.